Check, check, check. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2.
And thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus. As you can see here, we're still setting up to take you live out to a news conference where authorities are going to be giving an update after really was a concerning morning for many parents, students, and educators in the Barrow County community. As they are setting up to speak and deliver these remarks, I just want to give some of you background on the story we've been following really throughout the morning. This is out in Barrow County, and it might sound a little familiar to you if you were following the reports in September of last year of the shooting at Appalachia High School. This morning, we received word from Barrow County that they went into a soft lockdown after a uncredible threat. A swatting call was made. Now, the sheriff's office, of course, investigating that matter, saying that they responded with extreme diligence, combing through the area. That call came in at around 8:20 this morning. And apparently, according to Barrow County Sheriff Smith, he said that someone had placed a call claiming that they put bombs and guns around campuses and were planning to set them off. They said that eventually the caller told them that they've been swatted and that the call was not real or the threat was not real, but of course an investigation still underway. Now the FBI, GBI, and GMA now working to identify the caller. That lockdown has since been lifted as of 11:15 this morning. The district said that all students and all staff are safe, but right now the sheriff's office holding a news conference set to deliver remarks and give us an update on where they are in this investigation and really a walkthrough of everything that happened this morning. I do believe they are getting ready to speak, so let's listen in now.
Let's not meet like this.
Felt like I was in the way.
Wes, are you in real time? No. Okay. No. Yeah, but it's real. That's what it said back.
How's everybody?
We good? We good.
Yeah.
Whenever you want to share.
Perfect. Do you mind just starting off saying your name, spelling it for us, giving us your title, and then?
Absolutely. Sheriff Judd Smith, Sheriff of Barrow County, Georgia. JUD-SMITH. That's BARROW, not Bartow County.
Hey, Sheriff, when you speak, can you maybe address toward the middle?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then just walk us through, what happened this morning, what you all know so far, what you're able to share.
So, yes, this morning we received a strategic alert from one of our local elementary schools. The young lady in the front fielded the call, did an excellent job from a person who was giving active threats at that time and immediate threats that there were bombs in the school, that they were going to set those and detonate those bombs off. And they were also going to do it outside the school, and that there were multiple firearms outside, and this person was giving the active threat to that elementary school at the time. The front office staff did an excellent job, activated strategics, deputies responded, fire and EMS responded, multiple people responded to that location, and as we were doing that, we began getting other threats at other locations, and as of right now, we've had 4 other elementary schools and 1 high school that received those threats. After we secured those properties, due to the nature of what the calls were and the threats were, we've out of an abundance of caution, we called numerous EOD canines and search groups, and we searched all those schools. The school system with our safety director, public safety director, John Skinner, we made the decision to lock the schools down on soft lockdown. We asked that the parents not come and get their kids at the time of the event until we could search those schools. All of them have been searched at this time, and we did not find a credible threat, but we are still investigating this very silly act, as I would say.
One of the schools was Appalachian High School. I spoke to a couple parents who just were absolutely shocked that this was happening again this same school year. As a sheriff of this county where you had to deal with that shooting that left 4 people dead, this has got to be pissing you off right now.
It's heartbreaking. You know, give us a break. Give these kids and these parents and these loved ones a break. Whoever's doing this is a sick individual, and I'm going to throw every resource that I have at it to find out who they are and prosecute them to the fullest. I will tell you that numerous agencies, law enforcement agencies, canines from all across North Georgia have come and helped us today search. The governor spoke to me and has provided assistance. The federal authorities have provided assistance. This is not a joke to us. And you're correct. In light of what happened, and we're still healing and will continue to heal from what happened at Appalachia, we find someone who is an ignorant, evil person that decided to play a joke on us today, or what we think is a joke. But we don't take it as a joke because our kids and our staff and our community mean the world to us, and we're going to protect them at all costs.
Sheriff, sorry, you were having the audio. Can you reiterate, was it a recorded call that came in, or how did we?
Now, the phone calls came in from a person. They were quite lengthy. The staff at the schools did an excellent job that fielded the calls and kept them going and kept talking to them. So we're trying to work with federal authorities, state authorities, and local information of folks to try to link those phones and where they're coming from. But they came from a phone call, and there were some recordings that this person was playing behind them to make it sound like it was real, or some things were going on behind the scenes, if you will.
Can you talk a little bit about the challenge, though, because we have, unfortunately, there's all these hoaxes all the time. Some of them come from across the globe.
That's correct.
How difficult is this for law enforcement?
It's very difficult for us, all the resources behind us, the resources that were expended today, but we take it serious. We don't look at it as this is a joke or a hoax. We put thousands of hours of resources and thousands of dollars of resources because, as any other school system, our children are our most precious asset in that school. And when someone is telling us that they are going to harm those kids, we put every resource we can to it. So it's frustrating when those resources could be used in a real emergency. That's what's more frustrating to us, is that those kids have been interrupted and their lives have been shook up and down. And then, as you stated from what Appalachia did, it brings those emotions back to the forefront and bubbles back up that just let us get through this year and move forward, and that's what we want to do.
It's unfortunate that you guys have had experience with this, but is there anything that you took from September that you could apply today? Obviously, with law enforcement, nothing's ever a joke. The fact that you guys, what you went through in September, and then today you have this potential threat, anything you learned in September that you were able to apply today?
Communication.
Yeah.
All these men and women behind us and all these people, we all get into a room. We check our egos at the door, and we communicate with each other and figure out what's best for our students, what's best for our community, and that's what we're always going to do. And what we've learned is that no idea is outlandish, no idea is crazy. Put everything on the table and try to figure out what's best for our students in this type of situation, and that's what we will continue to do.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did the legislature make this a felony now for the phoning
Yes.
the threats in? So
Yes.
The person who did this, or the people who did this, if they are caught, and you're hoping that they will be caught, they will face real jail time because this is a felony now.
That's correct. That is correct, and that's our hope, and that's what we're doing now. We have investigators that are actively working with it. As I stated, the state and federal authorities are doing the same thing. We've had, as soon as this happened, they started calling saying, what can we do to help? So that's what you mentioned, the communication that we've started and the networking that we've done with state agencies and local agencies as
You
well.
called them a sick individual. What would if they're watching this right now? What would you say to them?
You better hope I don't catch you.
What we were standing across the street with the parents who responded. Look, parents don't always get how investigations work. They get
Right.
frustrated. And we want to answer. Can you just reiterate to parents that you get the threat, and obviously you're not going to give away trade secrets, but just reiterate to parents what's actually going on, because they get frustrated as they don't understand what you guys are doing.
Well, listen, I'm a parent, so I understand. I'm a parent first. long before what my position is. So I understand the frustration of not knowing, but I ask that they be patient and just know that every decision that's ever made in a school system is for the best interest of those kids. Every decision we ever make. Are we going to get it right 100% of the time? No, we're not. We're human and we're flawed. But what we do is to make sure that every child, every staff member in that building is safe, not only inside but outside. And so the frustration I understand. As a parent myself, I get it. So sometimes they forget that we're parents too, and that we're struggling because we may be at another school and our child is in another school we can't talk to or get talked to. So it's frustrating.
This may be a better question for someone from the district. Just curious what the protocol was for the rest of the day. It looked like a lot of kids may have been leaving early. Did you have an early release? And then I assume it'll be business as usual on Monday.
Parents checked out some students. Oh, sorry. Some parents chose to check out their child, and others, there are still students in their classrooms going about the day, and activities aren't canceled for the rest of the day now that it has been determined to be not credible.
They're not canceled, correct? You said they're not canceled.
Correct. Activities are resumed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you anticipate any changes next week?
Not at this time. No.
Sheriff, I know you mentioned they used the strategic panic system as soon as they got that phone call. Was that, pressing those buttons, or is that what? So they just pressed the button, you guys responded? How did that kind of?
The young lady up front that fielded the call, the first call, began hitting the strategic button, and it immediately brings everybody to us. It lets us know, and so that is the dividends that it has helped us with from September the 4th up until now is immeasurable. They're concerned with, did they do something right or wrong? She did it right. She got us there, and she got, and I explained to her off to the side, your priority is these children, and that was her priority. So I'm proud of her and how she handled that.
Has that panic button been used before in a situation like this, or is this the first time?
This is the first time that I recall that it's been used for a bomb threat, if you will, in this type of situation. But we know that it works, obviously, and and what the response is going to be. But these men and women behind me are the ones responding to our EMS, our fire, local law enforcement. They show up, they help us block, and so we expended a lot of resources doing that. But kudos to that system, and kudos to her using it the way it's supposed to be used.
But that let you all, be on the way while she was still on the phone.
That's correct. That's right. And she kept them on the phone like she's been trained to do, and we're very happy that she did. And so hopefully her actions will help us lead who this person is, and we hope to take them into custody and let the system handle how it will.
Can you say any more about that training? Are receptionists taught to keep folks on the line?
Well, anytime you're talking to a school system, we're taught to, be respectful, and they try to talk. And when she realized that this person was giving threats, the first thing she does is goes into probably a mama bear mode, if you will, and saying, okay, I'm taking a threat here. So she immediately starts taking notes, gets the information, and gets that stuff for us, tries to get the numbers, and so did a great job. All the while she's taking that, she reaches down and grabs her strategic alert and alerts that to us and lets the SRO that's in the building to come and let us know what's going on.
I see you have one of those.
Yes, sir. Mine is in a case, so it's really just this.
When did you guys start implementing this? You had this for a while?
Last school year.
We implemented it last year, but the first day that we tested it happened to be on September the 4th. And then about an hour or two later, we needed it, and it worked quite well.
Anything else you want to say? Anything you guys want to add?
Okay. Y'all good? I want to applaud the men and women behind us. They did a great job this morning. Again, our kids are our #1 priority, and our community is, and we appreciate them and the state and the federal folks that have helped us. And thank y'all. Thank y'all for being patient with us.
Was it a local number? Any idea? Or is that too early to tell?
Not, we don't know that yet. So, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Thanks. Appreciate you. Y'all want water or anything?
Thank you for watching A&F Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.